So this morning, I woke up, it was around 4 o'clock. I was thirsty for some milk. I do that sometimes. So I went downstairs and kind of get me a cup of milk and sit there and relax and drink it and then go back to bed. But as I usually do, I took a look out the window into the night sky to see what was happening up there, and doggone if there wasn't some northern lights shining up there, and they were dancing a little bit. And so I thought, you know what? I really haven't photographed the northern lights for quite a while. I used to photograph them all the time. I'd always watch for them and everything, but I haven't been doing that lately. I guess I've been in Alaska long enough where they become commonplace for me, and I don't get as excited as I used to. It happens a lot to me, not only about northern lights, but I guess even all this beautiful scenery we have up here, it just starts being a common thing after a while. Yep. Anyway, I thought, I'm gonna see if I can get some pictures of those guys up there. So I went back upstairs and I got dressed, put on some shoes and all that kind of stuff, and went out to the studio and got my camera and got it all set up, and then I went out on the deck. We have a really good view from our deck, see it a long ways away. And so I set up my tripod and camera there, and I started taking some pictures of the northern lights, and it didn't take me long, and I was kind of enjoying it. They were really pretty this morning. And I stayed out there for, it was 2 hours. I guess it was 2 hours I stayed out there just watching the lights and taking pictures. That's all I was doing. Drinking a little coffee too, because I did make me a fresh pot of coffee before I came out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I got a few pictures, and they're not bad. All my pictures from my deck of northern lights, they start looking alike after a while. And I think that's one of the reasons I kind of don't take a lot of pictures of them anymore. But I got to remember that a lot of you guys and gals don't get to see them very much, or at all even. So yeah, I'm a lucky man in that respect, because I see them a lot. And anyway, I'm wandering around here with my voice. So I took some pictures, and I'm going to show them to you here in a little bit. A few of them. I took 100 pictures, and a lot of them were kind of repeats of each other. So I went through and kind of separated them out. I got, 10 or 12. I can't remember how many I got for you to look at. Northern lights are not the easiest thing to photograph. They're not hard, but there's a few things you got to do, and one of those, since it's always dark, when you shoot these pictures, you got to know your camera pretty well. You got to know where all the controls are and how to change settings in the dark. I usually carry a flashlight with me just in case, but most of the time I can make those settings by myself. Now everything I shoot in manual only for the Aurora, manual focus, manual exposure. I have more control over what's happening that way. Manual focus can be tough. You need to know your lens really good. You need to find infinity focus and know how to set that up without really having anything to focus on. Sometimes there'll be a distant light. You can try to get focused. I've got two manual lenses. They're the Rokinon lenses, and I use them either on my D600 or my D500, which is what I used last night. This one here is a 24 millimeter 1.8, and I also have a that is a 1.4 rather. I have a 14 at 2.8 that I use. They're both manual focus, and I've spent a lot of time determining where exactly I need to have my lens set to be in sharp focus and infinity. So that part is kind of easy for me, and then I'll leave. Sometimes I will shoot with my live view open. Most of the time I don't, but I shoot until I like what I'm seeing on the screen, and then I check my all my settings and make sure that my histogram is looking fairly good, and if I can, I try to get it away from the left side a little bit. That's when I'm doing the lights, that's what I like to do, is keep the shadows, the darks away from the left side of the histogram. And I think last night I was shooting at probably wide open, both lenses wide open at about anywhere from about 6 to 15 seconds, depending on how everything was. When you shoot the northern lights, you want to keep a short exposure time, under 10 seconds if you can, and preferably under 5 seconds, because the lights are always moving, and if you have a long exposure, you lose some of the details in the lights because they're moving. If you can get a really short exposure, you'll capture a lot more of the detail in the lights, in the northern lights. And it's just a matter of experimentation, and if you've never done it before, you're going to be real lucky if you get something you're happy with. It takes a lot of practice to get an exposure, to get a consistent exposures so that you're happy with them. I leave my white balance on auto. I've tried, different settings, and I just leave it on auto, and I shoot in RAW, and most of the time auto does a pretty good job for me. And I can change it a little bit in Photoshop or Lightroom. But other than that, if you want to shoot the northern lights, you need to practice, and you need to learn your camera really well, and always carry a flashlight with you, because you'll need it, even if it's not to adjust your camera, you'll need it to walk around on the, if there's rocks or cliffs around you, you need a flashlight. You need to see where you're going. So anyway, I'm going to show you, what I took last night, and after we look at the pictures, I'll come back and do a little closing bleep prayer for you. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look, see what I got. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed those Northern Lights pictures. I got a lot more. I think most of them are similar to what you saw there. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it last night. And I'm probably gonna get up again and take some more pictures of them. I got some other ideas. You saw, I think 2 or 3 pictures of my house there, because I got nothing better to take pictures of. But that house is the reason why I've been a little tardy on producing YouTube videos. On New Year's Day, we had a huge storm here in Wasilla, and I was up at our cabin at that time, and my wife was here. Anyway, it was a windstorm, and it was really a bad wind, well over 100 miles an hour. It tore up the shingles on our house, and then our power went out. And it was out for a day or a day and a half, something like that, and pipes froze in the house. And then once I finally got back here and got everything thawed out, what a mess. We had frozen pipes, and then they broke, and it got water everywhere. And the roof was tore up. And anyway, there was a lot of repairs to be done on the house. We got them done. They finally were done, and about 2 weeks ago, we got a new metal roof put on, and we're happy with our house now. And it's nice inside. It's comfortable. Everything's repaired and looks just beautiful. And maybe now I can get back to producing some videos. I couldn't really get out anywhere because I had to be here with all the workers coming in and out, and my wife works full time, and since I don't, I was here and taking care of the place. So I hope life gets back to normal pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and keep watching for another video here. I hope not too long from now. I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things. So you guys all take care, and I'll see you next time around. Bye.